I know Jose asked a question here. How do you connect the battery capacitor? Okay. Let's see what we got here, Chief. I'm not sure what you're referring to because each one, okay, each one of the rings in the cube is a battery capacitor. Okay. And so they're already in series if you've made it correctly, right? Which means that you've got a ring on the bottom. We have a ring that's here. You got a ring here. You've got a ring that's on the other side, right? One that's on top, and then one that's on this side, right? So you've got your 6 total rings. Each one of these is connected to the other, right? Okay, I think it goes the other way. So they're all connected in series. Now you have when you're done with this, okay, you have your cube, right? Now let's say each one of these faces has the rings, okay, on it. The one on the bottom is going to be your source, okay, if you did it right according to mine, okay? So this is your source wire, the one on the bottom. This is your positive one. This is the one that connects to your red if you're connecting it to any DC circuit, okay? This is the end that would connect to your hot wire, okay? At the top of the ring, okay, because the one at the top, you're going to have the out, okay? This one's the in, and this is the out, all right? If this one's positive, that's down here, okay, that means that this one's negative. This is how you don't have to guess, okay, opposites, all right? There's always an in and an out, a positive and a negative, even though it's all considered one wire, right? We're identifying a polarity within that one polarity, okay, inside that one single polarity, okay? So you're going to take the central core that you've got, okay, and it's got 4, and it's going to have 2 wires that are coming out of it, right? One of them is the in, and one of them is the out, okay? Since all of the rings are connected in series around it, okay, you want to connect your central core with the outer rings so that they're in parallel, okay? And in order to do that, you're going to connect the in with the in, okay? And then you're going to connect the out with the out. So you're connecting a positive to a positive and a negative to a negative. That's what you're connecting here. All right? And when you make this connection, this is what gives you a parallel connection, all right? Especially when you do the positive to the positive and the negative to the negative. That's how you connect your central core to the outer rings, okay? And what that's going to do, as I've explained in other videos, okay, is that the energy is going to come in, okay, and it's going to hit the outer rings and the central core at the exact same time so that they fire at the exact same time, which means that the central core is going to fire outwards, okay? And the outer core, the rings on the outside of the cube, are going to fire outwards, okay? They're going to create a field, okay? And it's creating a field so fast that you get the circle within a circle. And the plasma is unable to escape. And that's why you're able to trap it inside of this cube. So this is how the energy is being dispersed, okay? Now, had you put the inside of your, the inside of your cube, okay, had you put it with it being connected in series, okay, to whereas you, instead of doing positive to positive, you did a positive to negative, okay, over here, right? If you'd done that, then the in, okay, would have traveled around the outside of your rings, okay? It would have come back into the center. It would have traveled around in the inside of the center before it came back out, okay? And so either way is not going to be a bad way. You're not doing it a wrong way. You're just doing it a different way, okay? So don't be too hung up on how you're going to do it. You just either want it a in series connection, okay, where everything fires at the same time, okay, or in order, all right, because the electron's going to travel. It's just like an LED light strand, okay? The electrons are going to travel, okay, through your device. Okay, let's call these the lights, right? Well, it's traveling in this direction, which means that it's got to go through 1 light, 2 light, 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights, and 6 lights before it gets to its destination, okay? If it's in series, okay, or in parallel, let's do it this way. If they're in parallel, okay, you can have one energy source that's going in here, okay, and this line here is going to fire at the same time as this one, okay, which means that if there was an LED here on the end of this line, that both of these LEDs would light up at the exact same time. They would get energy at the exact same time, okay? If it's in series, like I showed earlier, okay, and it's moving, that means this light will light up first, this one will be second, this one will be third, this one will be fourth, and so on. All right? It has to light up in this order in order to get to this destination point. So that's the difference between parallel and series in that. Okay? And that's why I choose to make mine to where the central core is in parallel and not in series. I'm glad you're happy, Anush. Yes, I do have plans for you, my friend. Okay, I got to get you the IQ reactors. Then I got to get some funding. All right, so I can build this healing center and set an example on how to make one, I guess. And then we will learn to replicate it around the world and open up these healing centers. You will come here to this healing center after it's built, and you will finish up your healing process by soaking in these quartz tubs or the amethyst tubs that we're going to have with seawater GANs and all of the nutrients and energy that you could possibly need while you're learning about nature and love and yourself. So There is a much bigger plan for you. I know right now you're feeling kind of lazy. We love you, man. All right. Don't let it get you down. We've got this coming. Okay. My goal is, I've tried to imagine things in your position, and you have it worse than anybody I know. And so therefore, if I can make you better, then I can make anybody I know better. And that's my goal, is I want to help you. I want you to walk. I want you to be independent again. And I don't want you to feel like you have to depend on your family. Even though you know you love them and they love you, I understand. I'm there with you, buddy. Okay? We've been doing this a long time, and I know that it seems like I get short with you. Okay? I get tired of typing, and I know you need the reassurance because you're locked around in that little room. You got nowhere but your computer. That's your outlet. And I understand that. And, we're going to make a difference in your life. It took you a long time to realize that it has to come from the inside. Even though I tell you, even though I get mad at you, even though hey, pay attention here, you know? So don't let it beat you. You're not being replaced. We're not going to get rid of your 4 o'clock time slot here. This is yours. You brought this on you. Okay. If you're not here, I will be irritated with you. All right. Um, and with Ross, he wants to make them a 4 in the morning. We're going to pick a different day, so I don't have to try and cram 2 of them in one day. And we'll go from there. But I got to get off of here. I got to find out what's, I don't know if I got to get off of here just yet, but they're having a Zoom meeting. And I'm wondering if it would be 9 o'clock my time. If it's a 2-hour delay. It says, "Hi, Mike. A group of us have begun to meet to do our part in putting together a simple format of a community workshop to build plasma technologies, which anyone can use as a springboard to start their own community workshop. Your teaching is integral, and we would like to share it. We are meeting today at 6:30 Pacific Standard Time for a planning meeting, and if you are available for 30 minutes around 7 or 7:15 Pacific Standard Time to join our call, we could discuss how the best to do this and how we can assist each other. Please let me know, and I will send the Zoom details. In gratitude, Whitney Fisher." All right. That was the invite to the meeting for it. He did respond. He said, "Fantastic. I'll send the Zoom info." That was an hour ago, or that was at 4:45. So 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. If it's 7 o'clock there, then it would be 5 o'clock here, right? Or would it be 9 o'clock? It'd be 9 o'clock here. That's right. All right, 9 p.m. Central Time. So in 2 hours from now, we're going to have another meeting, okay, with this group. And I believe that we're going to go ahead and pull them in under the Infinity Project wing, if that's what they'd like, so that, people feel a little bit safer in numbers. Okay, we're not here to take anybody's products or ideas. We're here to make a product or an idea that we can get out to the people. So, are there any other questions, guys? Because Lori has been recording this, which is fine. That's the way I would prefer the notes. The meetings to be done is recorded by one individual. If it happens to be on YouTube right now, then it happens to be on YouTube, but you get to see how we operate. And I was hoping that you guys understood what I mean by unconditional funds, okay? Unconditional donating. It plays on the same fact of tying emotions to your words, okay? And so when you're tying your emotions to your words, you're also tying your emotion to your money, okay? And when you give somebody money and you tell them, hey, don't spend it all in one, all right, thank you, News. Don't spend it all in one place, okay? You are putting a condition on your giving. The easiest way to do this is just to give away money and not say a thing, okay? If you want money, give away money. Give a bigger tip, okay? Every time I go out to eat, okay, I know that my server that is there bringing me the food is getting paid minimum wage and tips, okay? Her livelihood is based off of how good a server she is usually, okay, or they are, and how courteous they are. Well, I know that they're having a hard time, so I tip them $20, no matter what my bill is. Okay, I might go in there for some chips and dip or whatever, but I always tip them $20. And they try to tell me, oh, what's this for? And I said, just because you're a human being. And that's all I've got to say to them. And, you know, for a lot of people, that brings them to tears because now they don't know what to do because I didn't give them a purpose for their own money. They get to do what they want with it. It's free. It has no emotions attached to it or stigma attached to it. So when people want to help with the Infinity Project, okay, and they want to become part of this, if you've got a large amount of money, okay, you have to be so unattached to your money that you have to want to be able to come up and basically drop a bag of money on my lap and said, here, I trust what you're doing. That's the only way that you can really get money, unless you win the lottery or, you know, you do some other things, you know, you win a lawsuit, you get a large amount of money, okay? Everything that we have in our society right now is based on a give and take, okay? And that includes investing into projects, okay? So what I would like for the team to think about, okay, is what is it that we are willing to negotiate with in order to get the funding we need? Because we got to give something, all right? And they can't give me any stipulations for the money in order for us to use it, because we have to use unconditional money. It can't have any other ties to it, okay? And that means that they just have to give it to us, all right? And that's going to be really hard to do. So what we can offer them is the IQ, all right? A finished product that's already there, all right? And we've done that, and nobody wants it, okay? So now we need to incorporate it into our own homes, okay, into bigger products, into more field interactions, so that you can start seeing physically some of these things. This is when the prices start to rise, because now instead of only a year's worth of training, okay, or studying behind me, you're going to have 2 years, okay? And the longer it takes for me to get this product out to people, I feel like the higher the price is going to have to be in order for you to pay the piper, because you don't want to listen, you know? And I can certainly feel, you know, the way Mr. Kesh wants to sell his products. You know, it's so easy to make these that if you're too lazy and you don't want to take the time, you know, the 500,000 hours of videos, okay, I'm just as guilty. Um, if you want to take the time and go through and fully understand it, you can make it for yourself, for free or for, the little cost in here. But if you're not going to take that time, then sure, I think you should pay the extra price for it, you know? And you can't complain about that extra price, because if you do pay for it, you're saving your own ass. You're saving your own soul. Okay? You're taking a plasma home with you. You're opening one. It's bypassing your mouth and your mind and talking directly to your heart. And that's what Mr. Kesh is doing with the selling of the products and stuff like that, is he's feeding the ego of people. Okay? Giving them something that they think that nobody else can have, and he's charging $600, $700, $800 for it. Okay, and it only costs $25 to make. If you want to pay $800 for it, then go for it, guys. And I'm talking to all those people out there in YouTube land and the rest of the world that's gonna watch these eventually. Right now, I think that our biggest expense, okay, is I got to fight fire with fire, which means that I got to have money or tokens in this game, okay, in order to advance, okay. I feel like I'm in, the heyday game right now, and I've just got to add some money onto my little card here, and I'm going to make some upgrades to this, little game that I've got. And in order to make those little upgrades, I need more tokens. Well, how do you suggest that we do this? How I can make some, after I make my family these IQs and send them off, I'll make a couple of the extra IQs and we can auction them, I guess, and that'll help raise funds for the school. If you guys decide that you're going to make extra ones, we can add them to the auction, and Ross can take care of orders for people, that are in Australia, so we don't have overseas shipping. Crystal and Kiki can take care of Europe, and setting up that side and making sure that, people get their products and things like that. We can do this if that's what we want to, but I'm not looking for a business here, guys. I'm just looking to raise some funds to get the school started. I'm not a business guy. I'm a cowboy. Okay. I like to sit and think. I don't want to sit and tell people what to do all day long, and we want it to, like Anush says, we want it free for people that can't build it, like Anush, for instance. And, he can't build his, so I'm building his for him. I've got a whole lot of devices over here that, if it sings out and it resonates with you, I can put them on auction for you. I'll call it art. We know it's an energy device, but what are you going to do about it? So take that into stride. There's some ideas that we've got, some things that we're going to take care of and do. And, I know that we want to, Ross has said he's heading to India soon, and he's got several units that he's trying out.
Sell those, Mike?
Yeah, I can see it. What you got?
Yep.
The Triskelion?
Yeah. Would you want to, could I sell those and raise some money? Because I know people want them.
Well, yeah, you can sell anything you want. That's not an infinity device, even though it's in infinity. These are all ancient devices that we're utilizing. So, if you want to include it into, your talent of what you want to make, then sure, we can put I think Anuj was talking about putting a little section where we could put pictures of things that we want to, that are for sale. Okay. I have a program, it's called Jotform, okay, from jotform.com, that I can custom make forms with and add in PayPal and donation buttons and things like that, just to get them. We can get people's volunteer information and collect it. And that way we have all of this data that we need to contact people our traditional ways, I'm just getting a download. Our traditional ways of communication are about to come to an end. So make your IQs, guys. All right. Make your IQs, get them finished, get them plugged in. And I think that the internet is going to go down for a little while, and possibly even the cell phone towers, maybe more. But keep an eye out, be aware, okay? And we're going to continue on every day, like, you know, none of this is happening until it happens, all right? I don't want you to worry about it. I don't want you to stress over it. Go get you some extra water, okay? Buy yourself one of those $20 life straws, okay? That's a year's worth of water for an individual, okay? Well worth the money. These are all the physical things that are going to make you more comfortable, okay? You'll soon realize that none of your crap matters. It's in your home. If you've got something that you can carry, it's going to keep you warm, it's going to keep you fed, okay, or feeling better, then guess what? That's what you're going to carry. It isn't going to be your suitcase full of crap. It isn't going to be anything like that. You're going to carry what you can carry, because you're going to be forced to move in some cases. All right. So keep that in mind. Shoes, if you can, paint. Paint some ash water, okay? Really thick ash water on the outside of a plastic tote, like a trunk or a box or something, and you can put all your electronic devices inside of it. That'll help. I've heard that you can put your electronic devices inside of your car, okay, to create a Faraday cage for electromagnetic pulses. Okay, the car will be fried, but the electronics inside the car will be okay. Okay, so keep that in mind. If you have copper tape, you can nano coat a box, the outside of the box. This is the same technology that they use in the stealth bombers. All right, if you nano coat your car, you can't be seen by radar. All right, it absorbs all of the fields. If you absorb your fence, think about the usages of all these things on a larger, much bigger scale. I know that if you put graphene on plastic and you melt it together or you heat it together, the plastic becomes bulletproof. Okay, not something I would suggest that you test on yourself, but you can test it. We add caustic to all of our stuff, so put this piece of plastic or whatever inside of your super hot caustic, let it get soft, and then let it harden again. Okay, and you might be interested to see, maybe even put some copper tape on it, on the surface to see if that helps. Okay, but I know all of this graphene, all of this nano coating stuff, there are a lot of aspects to it. Okay, we know that if you crush it, okay, it turns into a diamond structure. So what happens if you get shot? It's crushing it, right? It turns it into a diamond structure. It won't penetrate. Okay, because bullets are designed on smashing rather than cutting or tearing. Impact. Nano coat your wires. Okay, put them in your plastic Coke bottles, something like this. Okay, and I say singles, just little wires. This is 8-gauge wire, about 4 inches long. All right, if you nano coat this and you put this inside of your drinking water, whether it's a cup or a plastic bottle or a pitcher, okay, the longer you leave it in there, if it's coated with coconut oil, it will cleanse the water of all of your energy, okay, the negative energies. Make yourself the Infinity 8 symbol for neck charms, okay? They'll protect you. Remember, the light is shining, okay, from the center. You're going to be protected, all right? Anytime that you have a question, you find yourself in dire need, grab that infinity loop and make a wish. Okay? Grab your infinity loop and make a wish. God is listening right now, guys. Okay? I got to go step outside. I need to ground right now. My head is on fire. I do believe that this is taken as a warning. Okay? Shit's about to get real. So take that into stride. Don't be fearful. Just go get prepared. All right? Don't be caught with your pants down. All right? Dora, if you've got problems out where you're at, please come my direction. All right? Map me out. Bring your kids, do whatever you need to do. Map me out so that you can find me without the internet or GPS. Okay? And in doing so, you won't be alone out there. Okay? You won't be rounded up and taken care of. That goes for anybody out there. Map me out. Okay? They can't fuck with me on my property. Sorry, I've got the infinity tree. Okay? That means I've got the whole planet at my disposal. And if you don't believe me, try me. I love you guys. I got to get off of here and ground. All right? My energy is picking up a lot. So be aware of the Mandela effect and what's going on. Okay? Be aware of your 3 other selves. Okay? Be aware of what's going on around you. Okay? And you will notice, okay, if you change your thought process, or enough people change the thought process on what the Febreze is supposed to be spelled like, we can change it back. All right? So keep that in mind, guys. I love you guys. Thank you for listening to me talk again for so long. I hope to see you in about an hour and a half so we can have this other meeting with these other guys and expand our group some more. All right. Much love, guys. You're welcome, Jose. You're welcome, Ross. You're welcome, everybody. I love y'all. Peace.